Good evening, chaps. Good evening, lads. Welcome back to another video. Back out. It is humid tonight, so we've come out a bit later on. What time are we? We're clocking on for 8:30, and it's still warm. So we just thought we'd come out with you, didn't we? Just had a good feed. Bit late because we run out of dog food, so we've been to the shop. Anyway, let's get into this one, and I want to bring the topic up for what you're waiting for. Now, I did do this video. I did it in our bedroom up against the at the computer whilst trying to edit, and the lighting was crap. Then I did one, scrapped that, then did it in the van, and the lighting was absolutely crap, and the noise, no lighting in the bedroom and noise in the van, and all I did was kept yawning. Go this way for a change, and come on. So we scrapped that, and we thought we'd come out tonight after she'd had some tea, and we'll do the video now. Piping, farmer's field, sticking water on it. We've used them a few times on tankering. So, I'm just hoping we don't get bit tonight. Yeah, I want to do a topic for what you're waiting for. What are you waiting for to fulfill your dreams? Are you waiting for next Monday? Are you waiting for next week? Are you waiting for next month, next year, 6 months, more money? What is it you're waiting for to make that decision to do what you want to do? I think we've all guilty of waiting around and not doing something that we've wanted to do for ages. Is it a confidence thing? Is it just a pure pressure of letting other people down, letting yourself down? What is it? Why don't you just go do it? And I sort of think to myself, we're not here a long time, so really we should be doing stuff like now and not hanging about. Didn't know there was a lake there. Yeah, we shouldn't be hanging about. We shouldn't be waiting. We should be getting on with it. Now, are you waiting to go and ask somebody out? Are you waiting to find out if you're going to get that job promotion? Are you waiting for a better time? Are you waiting for more confidence in yourself? Because if you think about it, this time in 6 months, if you said, I'll do it in 6 months, when it gets to 6 months, you'd have actually done the majority of it and said, six months ago, I wasn't even doing this, and 6 months in, I am doing it, and I'm winning. Now, I said to my missus a few times, just buy the stock. We started on a £250 budget on our online account, selling £250. She now can put orders in for £5,000 of stock. So from £250 worth of stock to £5,000 worth of stock, 5,000 from 250 within about 18 months. I kept saying to her, you've got to do it. You've just got to take that risk. A risk is everything. If you don't take the risk, you'll never ever know. So my risk at the moment is, so I've been in the retained fire service, or I was in the retained fire service for a lot of years. And back in the day, thick as shit, didn't know my ass from my elbow, dumb, full of cum, not a clue. Joined the fire service, sort of by accident. Only did it because a friend of mine did it, or a friend of the family, who was an older bloke, and said go join. And I joined and did a few years in there. Been to some horrific stuff. Left because of a woman, that's for a different story. Had children with her and I had to choose. We moved away from the station, so I couldn't make the call times, and yeah, the rest's history. Went on to trucking career and did all that. So let's fast track on a lot of years, 15 years or so. Had a few relationships, married, divorced, meet my wife now, and move completely in a different area, in the same county but within a different area. And we have a retained station here at the end of the road. Now, I could have done this 3-4 years ago, but never thought about it. I thought, I've been a fireman, that was my career as a firefighter, done and dusted. I would never return back to the fire service, never thought anything of it. Where's she gone? She's there. But sort of sat and thought, what am I waiting for? Fill the application form in, send it in. So I filled the North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue application form in, put the station I wanted to be stationed at, and submit. Right, it's done. It's done. I'm not waiting any longer. I didn't have to wait. I made my mind up in my head that I wanted to rejoin the fire service. So there was no waiting about. Just got the application form up, clicked on the link, filled everything that I needed to fill in, submitted. Now, I kid you not, and I've never known it be this fast for an application. I submitted, I went off and did something. Within 10 minutes later, I'm having a phone call with an officer that he's a full-time officer, and he's also a retained firefighter, but he's full-time as well as an officer. So basically he gets called out in a car. I think he's the equivalent of what a station officer used to be, if they're still station officers. So I have a phone call with him, which is part of your application, to arrange a meeting, an interview, a face-to-face just chat at the station. The following night, had a chat, passed all that, sent off my medical form, didn't hang about, just got the form, took it to the doctors. I need this filling out. North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue will pay for it. Can you fill this medical form out and send it to North Yorkshire? Not a problem. Now, I have a massive stepping stone. I'm a big thick set lad, as you can see in my shoulders. I'm not a small lad, but I'm not a fat lad anymore, as fat as I used to be. Or I'm not as bulky, should we say, as I used to be when I was in fully training in the gym. Come on, girl. Lost a lot of weight, had to lose a lot of weight because of my milestone of diabetes. Used to struggle with a lot of highs. Now I'm sort of leveling out due to medication and diet now. But I just think, what am I waiting for? I'm not going to hang about and wait for training. I'm not going to go, I can do the training starting August or September. I started June, July, end of June, beginning of July. Tidied the garage out, wasn't hanging about, wasn't wasting any time, straight into cardio. And by shit, did I struggle for the first week. Pains in your legs, muscle spasms, just aches and pains. Now, 3-4 weeks into training, fitness is 75, better than it's ever been. I can last a lot longer on a treadmill than what I would have done 4 weeks ago. That hour that you start off with is horrendous. Is absolutely horrendous. The first hour, or the first few hours should I say, is absolutely horrendous. But now getting on the treadmill is fine. So I made a promise to myself, I'm not going to hang about. I'm not going to wait. What am I waiting for? Am I waiting for the treadmill to come into to me, or am I going to not wait and go to the treadmill myself and set off, start doing it? So that was me, not hanging about, not waiting. I'm not waiting, I'm going to get it done. I'm 48. I know I only look 26, he says. 48. Now I know blokes from a few years ago that were in the mid to late 40s, early 50s, mid 50s, joined the full-time service from the retained and had about 10 or 15 years in before retiring, and a lot of them have just recently retired, so I've been told. So my question is, what are you waiting for? I'd like to leave in the comments, are you waiting for something because you haven't got the confidence to just go do it? What are you waiting for? Money to be able to do what you want to do? What are you waiting for? What's stopping you and holding you back and making you wait when you don't need to, when you can just push forward and go do it? Are you waiting to contact the doctors because you've found a lump or a bump or a rash or something that's not normal for you? When I realised there was something wrong with me, I was pissing like a camel and I was drinking sugary drinks like we were running out in the world. And I only sort of thought, yeah, I've got or there's something not right and I could have diabetes, because a friend of mine was doing that. He was going to the toilet a lot, he was looking for toilets all the time, looking for somewhere to have a pee. Sleep pattern was crap, restless, no energy, even though he was drinking gallons and gallons of sugary drinks. Went to doctors, found out he's diabetic. So I didn't hang about, went to the doctors, was ridiculously, dangerously high. And I do that now, I don't hang about anymore. 48, you can't really hang about, you've got to go do it. But it doesn't even, the age doesn't even matter. If you're a lad watching this and you're, I don't know, 15, 12, 15, 20, 26, 35, whatever age you're at, and there's something that's playing on your mind just that little bit, and you think, I really should go to doctors. Don't fuck about, lads, just go to doctors. You're finding something that's abnormal, you need to go to the doctors and you need to sort it out. If you are looking for a relationship, it's everything. What you're waiting for, it's everything. You could cover everything with it. What you're waiting for, relationship, you see a girl that you like, what you're waiting for, just go and ask her out. If she says no, she says no. Tough, move on. What you're waiting for to go buy that car for, if you can afford that car, what you're waiting for, just go buy it and enjoy it. There's so much stuff that you could sit and say, what am I waiting for? If you sat and actually thought, what am I actually waiting for? Because we don't know what's round the corner, we don't know what's down the road. There's loads. What am I waiting for? Saving money. Why am I spending money? What am I waiting for? Just save the money. There's so many things that you could talk about regarding what are you waiting for. Well, you don't need to wait, there's no point in waiting. You need to push forward and not wait, and before you know it, you've got what you wanted. you've got the answers to either an illness or a relationship or a job change. But if you wait, in a week's time it could be worse. In a month's time it could even be worse. In a year's time it could have gone, that opportunity. And opportunities don't come often. So I think that's with me. If I wait any longer to join the retained again, if I said, oh, I'm going to have another 2 years thinking about it, 50, they'll still accept me regarding I'm fitter, regarding my fitness is right. If my fitness isn't right, but I can start my, you know, can you imagine I'd be kicking myself if I'd have started my fitness at 48 and 50, and I started it at 48, I'd still be fit at 50. If I put the fitness off for another 2 years and got to 50 and I couldn't get my fitness up and other things got in my way, I'd be devastated, absolutely gutted. So you've got to fucking take it by the balls and stop waiting around and just go for it and just do it. And that's just advice from an old man, a 48-year-old man. Have I got enough experience to thingy that? Yeah, I think so. 48. I've been around the block. I've done my fair share of stuff. I've, you know, messed up enough times. I've corrected a lot of things. I've changed a lot of things. What are you waiting for to go to AA? What are you waiting for? If you sit there and go, look, I'm an alcoholic, and you admit that, you're not waiting around, are you? You've made that decision, that you've accepted that you're an alcoholic. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. What I'm saying is you're not waiting anymore to admit that you're an alcoholic. If you're a drug taker and a drug addict, if you admit that you're a drug addict, what are you waiting for to go get treatment for? We think, I'll just do drugs for another 6 months. I'll just drink for another 6 months. In 6 months' time, you could be dead from drink or drugs. What are you waiting for? Go get treatment now. Go do it now, because one day you won't walk around and see this and feel the weather. You won't feel that, because we're a long time dead. Now, something to think about, and I saw this on YouTube a few months ago. Do you know your great-great-great-grandparents? Their names, where they lived, what they did for a job? Because I certainly don't. I know what my grandparents did, but I don't know what my great-grandparents did, because you just never ask things like that. Now, what did they do? What was their full name? Where did they live? Because in 100 years from now, nobody will even remember you. Your name will have just been a name. Your house that you live in will be somebody else's house. Your cars will be tins of beans. In 100 years' time, it'll have been made into a building or something like that. It'll be used as steel for a building, or, you know, it'll just been crushed and, you know, sent away. And it really stuck with me that 100 years from now will be nothing, but we're something now. Now, tomorrow you can't plan, because tomorrow's gone. Yesterday, should I say. Yesterday you can't plan, because yesterday is done with. Yesterday is history. Now you can plan. Tomorrow is your future. Today is the start of the new you, and fixing you and not waiting around anymore and moving forward. And I'm a massive believer, if you admit everything to yourself right now, you can change tomorrow and move forward and not wait about. You don't need to hang about. We didn't hang about retiring, we just retired. We just said, that's it. Why are we making money for people? Why are we making other people richer when we can make ourselves richer by working for ourselves and doing our own thing. And that's what we did. We decided to retire on inheritance money that we've got, that's helped us through, and now we're building businesses that make us our own money, and we've got the freedom that we need to do whatever we want. Don't get me wrong, I still do parcels. I've got myself a parcel round, and the parcel round makes good money, but our online businesses are booming. The parcel rounds give us a lifestyle. Our online business pays for our cars and our house. So you've just got to not wait and just go do it and just go try it. You succeed. If you don't, you fail, you pick yourself back up, you start again. You've got to feel good to be successful, and that's a fact. So that's that. So what are you waiting for, lads? Don't wait anymore. If you are, what are you waiting for? What's stopping you? I'd like you to leave a comment for what you are waiting for. What's stopping you doing what you want to do? What you're holding back at? And yeah, just leave a comment. Please hit the like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, it's free, and we'll see you on the next one.